Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is an energy read. Let's just see what comes in. The viewers need to know. Actually, you know what? I'm going to ask a question. I know a lot of you are dealing with someone. What does your person think of you? What are they thinking about you? How do they feel about you? Yeah, they're indecisive. Yeah, but they are gaining some confidence. Some of them have kind of put on the brakes because of indecision. They're taking another look. So, yeah, this person could have to do with financial loss, kind of feeling negative. This person is sometimes a person who doesn't feel good enough. And they often could be money issues and things like this. But it's also someone who may have ghosted you, likely because of their own lack. Yeah, lack of faith. This is someone who maybe has a lack of faith in themselves, and it, like I say, they may have put on the brakes and ghosted you, but it has to do with their own lack. They know they need to take control of this situation. Yeah, they definitely do know, I feel, that there are things that you have in common. You know, it is, and it could be where they may have felt too like there was a lack of compatibility, things in common, but I do think they're taking another look. It's just negative thinking. See, self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, I don't know what this person, what it is exactly, but I'm seeing lack of faith in themselves. Maybe just not on the same page. It could be maybe morals, values, your lifestyle, but to me, this is just all this lack they're thinking. Yeah, it definitely, yeah. There's definitely, this is someone who feels defeated, but I do think this is someone who is very much disappointed. I definitely feel it could have to do with money. See, working a lot, feeling disappointed, but it definitely has to do with things that the common energy and going down this path, spending time together. I wouldn't be surprised this person felt they just needed to work. Like, there definitely was indecision, but like I say, putting on the brakes, taking another look. Yeah, so someone who kind of felt something was a little off, but I tell you, they're seeing things different now. I feel they're disappointed in themselves, and this person, I do think they know you're probably disappointed. Yeah, see, they're all in their field. See, they were trying to control their emotions. Yeah. So this person actually has feelings, but it's their own lack of negativity. They are disappointed in themselves. And it definitely, like I say, it starts out with lack of faith in themselves, feeling lack of things that you have in common, and something to do with work and putting in effort, lack of effort. This person also knows now, because of this, they need to earn your trust. There was a spark and desire. They did find you attractive. See, it's not you, it's them. Yeah, see, feeling negative. This person doesn't see themselves the way you see them. Okay, and I do see this all the time. See, they're taking a step back now, seeing things differently. See, it's about being at peace. This person wants peace. But they are definitely, and it could be someone making peace with their past with this, but it is, they don't see themselves the way you see them. So they definitely know they need to earn their trust. Or like I say, there is, I mean, I definitely can see there's been a lot of disappointment. Yeah. See, it has to do with some sort of truth, victory, determination to succeed. They've been working. I do think this is someone who maybe feels they didn't have enough money. They were just really, like I say, it's an energy of a self-fulfilling prophecy, just in this negative. They really don't see themselves the way you see them. I don't think this person, but it is about seeing some kind of truth. They've been enlightened. See, this could have been a victory, but if they're having that little aha moment, yeah, they didn't step up to the plate. This person definitely, I feel, wanted to lay that foundation, but they didn't step up to the plate. They didn't follow through. You may have even had an agreement and they didn't follow through. Yeah. This person definitely knows they've hurt you. Yeah, they're disappointed. Like they know they need to earn your trust. And I mean, it's just hurt. And it could be jealousy, a little bit of fear of being hurt. But it really does have to do with hurt feelings. Like I do think this is someone who probably has been hurt before. But I mean, it is an energy of disappointment. And it's definitely an energy of feeling defeated. Yeah, see, the tower went down. So I don't know what's happened here, but this is a massive epiphany, a massive realization, because now they're taking a step back, feeling differently. See, they felt something was off, but it really was themselves. It was me, it wasn't you. And they don't see themselves the way you do. They're so full of love and emotion, but you see they put on the brakes. As someone who doesn't want to lose control of their emotions, it's like they're just not ready to fall in love. But I definitely can feel, it could be someone who, I mean, there's a massive epiphany, realization, the tower coming down. See, they didn't step up to the plate. So there was no foundation, no commitment. They didn't follow through. Let's have a look at the Three of Wands, or Three of Pentacles. Yep, see, cycle ending. See, this person sees the truth. This could have gone in their favor. And it really was them. Their own negative thinking, their own lack of, see, the way they see themselves. Tell me about this King of Wands. Yeah, see, it's all about being fair, harmony, and balance. This person wants, and I do feel if there is something from their past, they've made peace with this. But it is about trying something different, doing things different. Yeah. I do think they want to make this right. I do think they didn't come in right. They were definitely in that negative energy. Like everything just felt off. Nothing felt right. Lack of cooperation, compromise, compatibility, lack of faith in themselves. Yeah, they definitely were feeling sad, like there wasn't a lot of hope. See, cup half empty. These are all temporary energies because now they see this could have gone in their favor. They see you in a very favorable light. They find you very attractive. There's a spark. There's so much desire, but they don't feel they're attractive. Yeah, there's definitely some reminiscing. This is someone who longs for love. They could be missing you. They're reminiscing about this, but I do definitely feel focused on work, like this shows me having to earn your trust. For some of you, they literally weren't faithful. But I feel it's more like not having faith in themselves. Yeah, they lacked faith in themselves. But they are now seeing the bigger picture. See, this person actually seeing a future with you. That this, I'm going to tell you, this is someone who needs to make themselves happy first before they can make someone else happy. So it is that energy of ghosting, ignoring, feeling left out in the cold. So I don't know if this is someone who had just ended a relationship, possibly. There was a lot of hurt and sadness and a lot of regret. Very sad, yeah. But you can see now it is about earning your trust. It is about putting in the work. Yeah. They are working, like there is something to do with money possibly, but a lot of this has to do with making themselves happy before they can make someone else happy first. So this is why this person put on the brakes, but now you can see things are kind of turning around, starting to go in their favor. They see you in a favorable light. They feel very happy. But this person, I do feel feels sad. If you are open to starting something new, they're definitely very disappointed. But it is someone who needs to make themselves happy before they can make someone else happy. Yeah, they're taking a little pause. See, looking at this from a whole different perspective. Yeah. A whole different perspective. Because they have definitely, I feel, it's just an energy of taking that little step back. See, everything just felt off. And I wouldn't be surprised this is, for some of you, they ended a committed relationship. But others of you, I definitely see maybe they weren't faithful or loyal. A lot of disappointment. But others of you, like I say, it's just that some hurt that they may have suffered with the Tower, that massive realization. When they put the shoe on the other foot, how you may feel. They're definitely disappointed in themselves. They do have to earn your trust. They had trust issues to begin with. That's why. They felt everything was off, nothing was right, you're not their type. But now they see everything different. See, there's clarity, happiness. They're looking at things from a whole different perspective. See, they never made any commitment. They didn't build a foundation. So the whole tower came crashing down. I think this is someone who was kind of devastated about something, but you can see they're pondering, looking at the situation. Maybe you had some kind of an agreement, they just didn't follow through. I do think this person knows that you're disappointed, that they hurt you. Tell me more about this Five of Cups. Yeah, see, waiting. See, this is someone who was trying to avoid a disaster. See, and all of this could have been avoided too. That's the thing. I do think they want to make this right. It is about harmony, restoring harmony. I do think this is someone who possibly wasn't fair. They really don't see themselves the way you see them, you know. But things calming down. Yeah, see, time in between, things calming down, avoiding a disaster. So this is somebody who was trying to avoid a disaster. It's likely why they put on the brakes. But yeah, and I definitely, if it is someone who ended a relationship, it's something that probably couldn't have been avoided, but they are moving forward into calmer waters. See, happier days ahead. They want to build. They want to build. It's rebuilding the foundation, see? And there was no foundation. It was built on shaky ground. Yeah, see, we have the Empress. They hold you. They see you as the Empress, you know, as their person. They want a future with you. But they really needed to make themselves happy before they could make someone happy, before they start something new. I do think this person's sad because they feel like you're open to other offers and opportunities. You may have started something new, or they feel that you have, and that they're being left behind. They really don't see themselves the way they see you. They really desire you, find you very attractive. They see you as the one. Yeah, so some of you, you can see you've gone through this with this person. But like I say, this energy of earning trust issues, feeling very disappointed. This person, I do think, is aware that they've disappointed you. They definitely have a lot of regret. But they were dealing with something sad here. They were focusing on the cups that were spilt. So something happened with this person. I do think they've made peace with the past. See, they're emotionally ready, available. This is somebody who just wasn't ready to put themselves out there. Tell me about the Justice card. Yeah, see, this is someone who pushed you away. And Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands, feeling a little overwhelmed. Too much happening too fast. Too much of a good thing too fast too. I feel they kind of feel, I don't know, maybe like they don't deserve this, but it is someone who pushes someone away, feeling defensive, you know, like, but yeah, Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands, overwhelmed with passion and desire. Yeah, see the one, this connection. If this is somebody who put on the brakes and pushed you away, I'm going to be honest, some of you, they may have chose another person. Things didn't turn out as expected. They felt defeated. So it is about earning your trust. So it all depends on your situation. Only you know your situation. But they really did need to learn to make themselves happy first. This is someone who was not ready to get out there. Guarded, defensive, see, pushing people away. They're not ready to let someone in. That negative. That's why I kind of feel some of you, it's something happened with this person. They may have been in a relationship, a commitment with someone that came crashing down. It's probably something they didn't tell you. But yeah, they definitely want, this looks like a massive apology, but it is about going on a date. See, someone here didn't follow through. They didn't step up to the plate and ask you out. So if it is somewhere where you had an agreement to go on a date and they didn't follow through. So I don't know, something devastating may have happened. It's likely different for everyone, but I wouldn't be surprised a relationship had come to the end. They're definitely focusing on the cups that are spilled, things that have already happened. See, cup half empty, just in a really negative space. But the Knight of Cups shows, yeah, see, as someone who wasn't ready to put themselves out there. They weren't ready to let someone in. Yeah, so I feel they pushed you away. They have judged you unfairly in some way, like defensive, guarded. Maybe projected what someone else did onto you as well. But this is about being open. See, being cautious, playing it safe. Yeah, they were hiding their true self, keeping it all in, right? They were keeping all this to themselves. But like I say, it's about being open. I do think this person feels like you're leaving them behind. Definitely, I see a massive apology, or they didn't step up to the plate and follow through if you were supposed to have a date. No, maybe they stood you up, but the Nine of Cups showing they're open. Yeah, you may hear from this person. I feel like they want to talk. And there is something that you may have talked about that triggered this person at some point, why they put on the brakes. But I can tell you, they hold you in high regard. They see you as the Empress, their person, the one. There was a lot of desire, attraction, a connection. But it's something you may have talked about here where they kind of felt defensive or triggered. Yeah. Wow. So let's have a look at the Empress energy and we'll wrap this up. You know, they see you as someone who's loyal, someone who speaks truth, but I definitely feel some sort of something that you may have said to this person may have triggered them. And it's truth. Yeah. One thing about the Empress isn't a pushover, so you may have been kind of asked them questions or said something here. But one thing I'll tell you, this person really is turned on by someone who speaks truth, and it is about being loyal, someone who's loyal. Yeah. Interesting energy. But this is how your person's feeling, and there's some progression here as far as this having to make themselves happy, seeing the bigger picture. See, some of you were seeing the bigger picture too, where you kind of have this something here where you may have said something that triggered this person. It's truth. Or maybe you told this person off or stood up to them because they didn't follow through. They know there's disappointment, like they know you're disappointed, and I think there's going to be they owe you an apology, but some of you still have your sword up. Yeah, they got their sword up. See, it's about talking, communicating clearly, speaking straight up, saying it like it is. They've learned something. See, it's about loyalty, being loyal. I think this person's got good moral. Maybe you accuse them of not being loyal. There may have been accusations or assumptions here. But it is someone who generally speaks truth. So if there was accusations, like I say, they've learned something here, applying something they've learned. And I definitely feel they know you're disappointed. I feel they were disappointed too, what happened here. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. See, it has to do with the sun shining, clarity, seeing things clearly. They want to clear this up. I think this person sees you as loyal. I don't think for most of you, I don't think this person, there was a third party or something, but there may have been accusations or assumptions. There's a need for truth and clarity. Tell me more about the King of Swords. Why is the King of Swords here? See the truth. They found you really attractive. Yeah, someone confident, bold. See, it has to do with taking control too. Maybe a little power struggle, but they found you very, very attractive, the truth. A lot of desire. But this is someone I feel who may have judged a book by its cover. Like they don't see themselves the way you see them. Okay, they see you as very attractive, very attractive. There's a lot of desire, but they don't see themselves that way. So they were skeptical, and definitely I feel trust issues, but they do have to earn your trust. Yeah, and I think it goes both ways. Yeah, because I do think this person feels like you're leaving them behind. See, they're trying to be cautious, playing it safe, trying to look before they leap because they have experience. See, applying the things they've experienced before, where somebody comes in and they're really attractive and they're a little skeptical. So, but definitely I see loyalty, somebody with good morals and values. But it is possible this person feels maybe you weren't on the same page. I definitely feel they want to clear things up. I definitely see wanting to talk. Yeah. Wow, yeah. So there was a judgment, possibly judging you unfairly. They definitely have some trust issues. Like I feel they may have, for some of you, they may have whatever happened with another situation, they brought that into this situation where they may have, felt you were up to the same thing as somebody else was. Like I definitely feel trust, but they really do know they need to earn your trust. And I think it goes both ways. This isn't someone who just lets someone in. But you see a little bit of time out to heal. They were pinned down by their thoughts. See, this is someone who really wasn't emotionally available. But now the tables have turned. See, they're now made peace with whatever it is they needed to. They see things completely different. They are disappointed. They're more disappointed in themselves than they are in you, put it that way. They actually see you as somebody innocent or maybe even a little naive. But like I say, there's innocence here. They've learned something. Yeah. So there was some sort of judgment or assessment. And they definitely were overwhelmed. And I can see that. See, overwhelmed. It's happening so quickly. But I definitely feel they want to talk. This person actually seen a future with you. They see the bigger picture. There's definitely regrets for the way they behaved. They probably feel like a fool. But I feel like the tables are turning here. Yeah, see, releasing all these things that no longer serve them. But it is about respect. They respect you. They hold you in very high regard. They see someone who knows their worth and value. See, they see you as you're innocent, right? But they might have seen you as a little naive. Yeah. But I don't think this is someone who's tried to take advantage of you. I actually feel for the King of Swords speaks truth. I mean, it could be a confession. Something they maybe probably should have told you, especially if that tower come down. But I definitely feel it's the swords up because they've been hurt. I do think this person is very much aware that they've hurt you. Yeah, this person's also an emperor, so there could be a confession about, acting like they didn't have any money because of trust issues. Because this is someone who just doesn't let anybody in. You see, they're actually an emperor. So it is something to do with finances, feeling negative. Yeah, a little defensive, a little cautious, being careful here. They are someone who generally looks before they leap, but I do think this person, they're generally not afraid of taking a risk, but it all depends who started this, who got this going. But this is about making something happen. I definitely feel truth and confession. I do think the two of you need to talk. And it is about loyalty. See, being loyal. Emperors and empresses expect loyalty. So this person's going through progression here. See, keeping it all in, keeping it to themselves. Privacy. Personal. They were dealing with something personal, private, not ready to tell someone what it was. I see this all the time. People who are stable financially, they don't trust easy. They have to, it's an energy of, there was a little projection, whatever happened, there was some projection here. But if this is someone who had just ended the situation, the tower come down, they may have been pushed you away literally to keep you safe from whatever was going on. It's something pretty major. But the High Priestess is an energy of what goes on between two people, stays between two people. Yeah, see, their finances, very private. They don't share a lot about their financial situation. So interesting. It's pretty common, but they definitely hold you in high regard. They see somebody who, they respect you. They respect you. Yeah. And I feel if this person already told you that they found you attractive, it was truth. They weren't lying. But if you were to tell this person that you found them attractive, they would think that you weren't telling the truth. They don't see themselves the way you see them. No, I don't. I think this person is someone who doesn't see their own worth, their own attraction. You know, they don't see themselves as desirable. They are definitely stable, an emperor, but yeah, pretty common energy. But like I say, they're very private about their finances. They are someone who keeps that to themselves. Yeah. See, their cup actually overflowed with emotion. They were just overwhelmed. I think there was just too much happening too fast, whatever it is that was going on. And if it is someone who did hurt you, or if they weren't faithful, maybe in their past, and it was something a secret they kept to themselves, and it was maybe bothering them, they may have pushed you away because they lacked faith in themselves to be faithful. And could be something they did in the past. See, it is about morals and values, but I really do think for most of you, this person has good morals and values. Like I say, they were kind of judgmental, seeing someone very sexy, attractive. If you're the person who tried to start something, it may have been why they pushed you away. Yeah, but I do feel some of you maybe even didn't get a chance to stand up for yourself. Maybe somebody blocked someone here. But I definitely feel their cup overflows. I do feel regret. I do think this person wants another chance, another opportunity to make this right. I do feel they certainly didn't come in right. I definitely feel they're a lot more confident. See all the energies of the Emperor. They are someone who knows what they want. When they want it, they'll go for it. They're not afraid to take a risk. But there was something about this situation that kind of, I don't feel like they're turned off. This is someone who is turned on by someone who speaks their mind. But something you said may have triggered them because of this energy. But see, light at the end of the tunnel. Happier days ahead. This is someone who may have moved on from a situation. I feel like maybe you just got acquainted too. So it will be about being reacquainted for some of you. Yeah, see, it's about a spark desire, the attraction. See, this is someone, if they would have known then what they know now, this likely would have played out differently. Maybe you took a leap of faith with this person, tried to get something going, and they just weren't ready for something new. I mean, it is possible they had just started something new. But the emperors make things happen, so more than likely out with the old, in with the new. But there was definitely a judgment, something that wasn't fair. I really think this person's disappointed in themselves, like it was you, it was me, it wasn't you. Because the Lovers is here, the desire, the spark, the attraction. See, it's about two people growing closer, getting to know each other, forming a bond. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Taking it to the next level. This person was definitely that energy of crossroads, probably between two worlds, you know, especially if they had just moved on. Maybe they were moving and relocating and busy and just, I know that's no excuse. I don't see this person making up excuses. I actually see not following through on a date. Or if you did have a date, there wasn't another one. Because definitely it has to do with expectations and disappointments. But definitely I feel they want to talk. So take care and we'll see you soon.